Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in again. Today we're going to be tying a steelhead nymph fly pattern that you can actually go nuts with, go get creative, tie in various colors. This pattern is awesome for those days where you know they're steelhead and they're not taking anything. So throwing something very different, I believe, triggers their curiosity. But this one has worked great for me last season, so I'm going to be showing you how to tie it. In the vise, I'm actually using a size 12 caddis style hook simply because of the larger bend and the wider gap here to help with those bigger steelhead. So I'm going to be starting with a thread base using a rusty brown 70 Denier by UTC, and I'm going to lay down thread base here. I'm actually going to bring that down towards the bend of the hook. I'm just going to flip my hook here just to help make tying on a tail a little bit easier. For the tail, I'm going to be using some pheasant tail. So I just grabbed about 8 to 10 strands. I'm trying to keep the tips even. So I just got some loose wraps in here just to make sure I get my length correct. And that looks about where I want it. So I'm just going to tighten down. My thread up to the front. And lock it down. And now just trying to keep an even body. Lock down the rest of the tails. And now for the ribbing, I'm going to be using some small, actually medium gold wire. And I'm just going to get this on the underside of the fly. Right to the tail. And now with my thread, I'm going to build up a little bit of a body. All right, so I'm going to flip my hook back. And time to tie in some body. So for the body, I love to use this Antron Bright steelhead dubbing, and we're gonna go with a fluorescent orange. I think it's more of a yellow with hints of orange. And yeah, you can do these in so many different colors. I do them in yellow, pink, purple's awesome some days. Any trout angler will know some days it's all about the color. just gonna start my wraps just behind the tail here. The antron stuff is pretty awesome. It's kind of like dry fly super fine dubbing, but it's a different material, but it allows you to really tie on some tight noodles. All right, now with our gold wire, we're gonna counter rib it. So that means go the opposite way that you wrapped your dubbing in. You don't have to counter rib it, some can argue, but I typically counter rib all my ribbing. Helicopter that off. And now we're ready to tie in. I'm going to be using a black scud back for the case. So that's what that looks like. And you can tie these with bead. I'll also add weight as needed, 0.20, 0.020, 0.015. Again, different weights, different colors for all the different river conditions. Oh, I'm really having a hard time getting this on. Just want to make sure that's centered. Nip off that end there. Left it a little long, and now I'm actually going to tilt my hook back even more, so it just makes it easier to tie on and whip finish. All right, now we're ready for some thorax material. For that, I'm going to be using a golden brown ice dub. And I want to keep this stuff kind of long, or medium in length, I should say, because I want to use it to act like legs material. Looks good. And I don't want any of that stuff in my way when I tie in the scud back. So once that's nice and centered, you can lock it in. Give it a little pull, stretch it out, and the excess will kind of tuck its way in underneath the threads there. And now you can work on building up the head. Make a fairly big head on those. Now we're gonna whip finish. Now I'm just brushing down some of that ice stub so that I can get my UV resin on there. So I'm going to slap some on top of the wing case and the head. So that surprisingly almost came out perfect. Yep, hit that with the UV light. And now with my Stonfold brush, I'm gonna just very gently pluck out some of those legs. And that, my friends, is my steelhead nymph. Again, tie these in lots of colors: purple, pink, yellow, orange. You'll be surprised how awesome they work on those tough days where the fish just aren't really active. Hope you learned something. Give it a shot. Good luck on the waters, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.